New Zealand now, where elections are just a week away, and the last 7 days of campaigning are going to be critical, despite polls indicating that John Key's National Party, is in apparently for a second term.
Our New Zealand correspondent Dominique Schwartz joins us now from Auckland. Dom, good morning. It appears as though John Key is cruising to victory here.
Yes, indeed. The polls suggest, Michael, that he may in fact get into government in his own right. At the moment, he's governing with the support of three minor parties, but it does look like he could get in his own right, although he has said that even if he does, he would like to include minor parties.
What, if anything, will be the major stumbling blocks to him in the dying days of the campaign?
Well, it's been quite interesting. We've had the what has been dubbed the tea tapes over here, which has been a bit of a sideshow, I think probably of more interest to the media than to the voting public. It doesn't seem that it's had any effect on John Key's support. But effectively what happened there was that John Key, the Prime Minister, had a cup of tea, a photo opportunity with one of his coalition candidates. And this was a photo opportunity basically for John Key to endorse this other candidate. And it went a bit haywire for him, because what happened is after the media had got their shots inside the cafe, they went outside and somebody had left his microphone on the table and then recorded the conversation. Now, John Key took umbrage at this, said that this had been a deliberate act, not a mistake, and immediately took it to the police. So now today we have the cameraman going to the High Court of New Zealand trying to get a ruling that in fact it wasn't a private conversation. It would seem that the conversation itself is not a game changer, as it was reported in some media outlets, but that basically it was a few comments talking about the coalition leader, party leader, the ACT leader, and basically dissing him. So it wouldn't have looked good, but I don't think it would have changed anything. But that's now given air to Winston Peters. Winston Peters, New Zealand First, is a maverick politician who's created problems for both sides of Parliament when he's joined up with them. And the interesting thing there is at the beginning of the election campaign, no one gave him much chance of getting in, but it now looks like he could well get the 5% to see him in Parliament.
And Dom, he's also playing hardball if he finds himself in a king-making position. He's refusing to guarantee supply, for instance.
Yes, he is, yes. Winston Peters was basically sacked by one national government. He had to resign from a Labor government because there was a police investigation pending about political donations that he'd received. So he's someone who John Key has said he would not get into government with. So where Winston Peters becomes interesting is if Labor does do reasonably well and it can form a coalition with the Greens and maybe someone like the Mana Party and Winston Peters' New Zealand First, then that's where it becomes a problem for John Key, because he has ruled out doing any business with Winston Peters, but Labor has left the door open.
Dominique Schwartz in Auckland, thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.